We're going to talk today about cryptocurrency crashes. Basically, what could happen if we go into another bear market? Some percentages for you. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, subscribe, bell button, leave a like. Obviously, there's a lot of people that watch this channel without subscribing. There's a big, massive shelf up there. It's empty. I'd love a plaque on there maybe. So, if you haven't yet done so, make sure you do slap that like button and yeah, get this video going. So this video, you're probably already thinking, oh, here we go. But I actually touched on this on a previous video, the profit taking, the exit strategy. I looked at Ethereum and I went, well, that went down so many percentages. What this video is going to do is show you essentially what could happen if we go into another bear market that is like the last one. So, realistic expectations, why you should have profit, why you should sit on profit, why you should maybe be looking at a passive yield, because things have changed since 2017, 2018 massively. I probably would be thinking, well, I did it the hard way in terms of leaving my job, being able to do it, because back in those days there was only master nodes essentially to get passive income. The rest of it you had to trade, play around, do investments, potentially ICOs, all kinds of stuff, right? Whereas now it's a little bit different. You could put away money into BlockFi, into Swissborg, into other platforms if you so wish to, and earn something like 8 to 10 to even 20% return, which is quite good, right? But in that meantime, how many people have got that mindset where I just want to hold on? I just want to hold on forever. Because I know already in the comments of my previous video when I talked about this on, I think it was on Friday, the profit taking, the exit strategy, was taxes. Everyone's like, I'm not taking any profit because of taxes. Get that out of your head straight away, because what would you rather have? 10% of a lot of things, or 20% of everything, or 0% of nothing? Because I can bet my house that if we go into a bear market of a similar sort of ilk as last time, the returns will you will vanish, right? If you bought in 2021, even if you bought in like yesterday, right, and the market goes up, say 5x, just for example, there's a high chance it'll probably go beyond and below that entry price, right? So you need to be really, really calculated on this, right? So we're going to go over. Now, I've not actually done any pre-written stuff here. I'm going to pick some old assets and I want to show you what happened in 2017 and what happened for the 2 years after that. So if we are coming towards an end in the next 6 months, for example, and we get a blow off and we get those downtrends, check out my Twitter. I literally put a image on what a downtrend looks like. It's got to be important to understand this. So what we're going to do, we're going to look and I'm going to show you why having some sort of capital preservation and reserve for you to rebuy back low and reset, because a lot of people won't understand it and I want to show you why. So onto the screen we go. So let's crack on. We're going to go on to CoinMarketCap because there's no point doing it on the charts, because of other exchanges listing them, it'll make it a bit wishy-washy. Now again, as I've mentioned before, this is all what if, but giving you an idea that maybe if you have some capital, it's right. We'll get out the calculator, we'll look at some certain things as well in terms of what could have happened. But even if you got some capital just sitting there and there's a new opportunity that comes up for you, you can utilize it, right? You may find, oh, I quite like that, room to run, I can do certain things with it. You just don't know what's going to happen, right? So get it out of your head that we are going to crash, get it out of your head that we're not going to crash, because play what you see. I often rant about this, just play what you see. But if you've got something just in case, win-win, right? Yeah, I know. Anyways, let's talk about this. Historical data. Bitcoin. Previous levels, we know we went to roughly 20k, but we also went down to 3k, right? That, I believe, was about 85% of a drop or a decline. I can't do this on everyone because chart data, it's all Binance, because obviously Binance bought this website. So again, just if you want to look at this, by the way, in your own Steam, you can. So again, there you go, roughly around 86, oh, maybe a bit more, there we go, about 84%. It went to about 3,100 roughly. I know that's just over 20k, but hey ho, 84%. So when you think about it, right, let's go back in time here and think, well, what if, let's have a look at the calculator. Where is it? Where's my calculator gone? 1 second. Calculator. Hello. So imagine, right? Round number, you had $10,000 in profit. What about if you did have that and you bought into Bitcoin essentially? So, you know, you got 10,000, say you bought at $4,000, you know, 2.5 Bitcoin. What is 2.5 Bitcoin worth now? Well, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, right? Mental, isn't it? So that's kind of an idea, right? I could do that for a lot of things. And obviously multiples in altcoins are totally different. But that's the element to this which is scaring people, right? People are scared to take profits because people want it to go up, continue going up. But realistically, now you can earn a passive yield. You can earn passive income. Maybe the first time in your life you've earned passive income. But then you can put a percentage of that back into the market when it's down. This market will come down again. It will. It's a new global asset that is going for mainstream adoption, right? There's plenty more boom and bust cycles in this, right? Simple as that. Obvious. Depends on what. Now, if you are continuously doing your research and finding these good coins, and then you've got capital to put in them, risk-free, by the way, it's the best place to be. Win-win, right? Let's look at Ethereum. Another great example. It went to roughly $1,400, went down to 82. I think it was a 94% drop, which is pretty big, right? So we look at this, it's huge. I think it was around 96. I can't even do this on this. It's a pain in the ass. There you go. You get the idea, right? If I go on to TradingView, I'll show you. I don't want to do this for every single asset. I'm just showing you on some of the mainstream big ones, just to give you an idea, right? So looking at this monthly here again, looking onto this chart, price range roughly around there, around about 80, whatever, yeah, about 94%. And again, get the old trusty calculator out. If I can find it, there we go. Again, say you had 10,000 bucks, right? And then let's just say you entered the market in Ethereum at 90, 101, well, 111, sorry, Ethereum. You know, you see my point? So I know this is very much hindsight, but if you can see something that is undervalued and it's bottomed out and you've just got money that's sitting there and you utilize it now, I've said this on my Patreon. Feel free to jump in if you want. I always have stable currencies. I'm still currently around 25% of my whole entire portfolio still in stable currency. Why? It's profit. It's what I've built up and built up. So I have Bitcoin, I have Polkadot, I have stable currencies, I still have my other holds. It's all percentages, right? And eventually, over time, when this market does do its boom, it probably will be about maybe 80% USD. Scary, isn't it? It's risk management, money management. It really does help. And as I say, jump in the links below if you want to learn all this stuff because it makes sense. Now, let's look at Cardano. Now, I'm not going to say the obvious in terms of this. In terms of percentages, I think this was about 96%. It was a bit higher. And again, we went to $1.33, I think, and then went down to like 2 cents, which is scary, right? Scary. But at the end of the day, right, it's all what if. To have is to grow. And to put it in, you got to learn from it and learn from the best. Now, learn from the best is obviously what is done well before. What is a good coin? What is a good team? The best team. These are great. As a team, as a, you know, what they've built in terms of marketing, the prowess of that growth has been ridiculous. This has changed lives. As you know, I bought Cardano in March 2020, made a lot of money off it. Took profit pretty early, I imagine. But I then moved it into the likes of Polkadot and other things like that to grow even more. And again, if you had 5,000 bucks, right, and you put in this even at 4 cents, you got a lot of money. A lot of money that gone into Cardano. And if you've got basically that amount, which is a ridiculous amount of money, by the way, you know, that's scary. That is pretty scary when you think about it in terms of growth of your portfolio. Ridiculous, isn't it? And the thing is, though, that's only $5,000. You know, if you literally, you know, you could have easily, it depends on the person, obviously, but $10,000. It's scary when you think how these opportunities present themselves in a bear market. If you know the coin is good and they are low in value because of market sentiment, go for it. Now, I'm going to look at a few more, right? Obviously, obvious one, XRP went to $3.30, went up as low as $14. 14 cents, sorry. Going back in time now. Scary when you think about it. Litecoin as well, another one. This one I believe was about $200, and it went down to like maybe about 20, if that. Oh no, what? $360, sorry. Went even higher, and it bottomed out roughly around, there you go, 20. That's 23 cents there, $23, sorry, and it went low again in March 2020 around 33. So you had 2 bites of the cherry there. Ridiculous when you think about it. That's what I mean. It's all a game of probability and chance, but risk management and money management makes life so much easier. Let's look at a few more just to give you an idea. Now, let's go on to Tron. Tron's a great example. Another one, this one had a huge top blow off. Made a lot of money very, very quickly. As you can see, it went all the way to like 23, 24 cents, give or take. Maybe 22 cents. Ridiculous when you think about it. And the lows. So you had a low here in, wow, just, what, 1.4 cents. And it went even lower, wow, below a cent in March 2020. It's scary. It is so, so scary when you think about it. And again, you know, if you've got so much money going into the market and you have literally been able to buy like over 1 million of these from that low point, it's scary when you think about it. That is scary when you think, well, not even 1 million, that's ridiculous. So, food for thought. I've probably scared people now, knowing that, you know, this could be a possibility. This is why you should always be accumulating either Bitcoin or in the world of USD. I do both, as you know. Personally, I think having USD is always good because you can earn a bit better yield on it. But for that long-term longevity element to it, I hold Bitcoin because it doesn't crash as much. Yes, it crashed 80%, but when you think altcoins can crash up to 90% and even higher, that's pretty scary when you think about it. Yes, they can grow, but what is the point of trying to hold on to them when you grow nothing? You've got to have something to then put in low to get more units. So therefore, the value appreciation will make you more money anyways. Then you can then cash into Bitcoin or cash into USD on the next run. Make sense? So yeah, that's today's video done. Probably scare people knowing that you can put quite a lot of money into things like go really low in price. And if you want to just, as well, just before I go to cryptocurrencies on here and go to historical timeshots, right? If you want to go back in time to say, let's just say 2020 March, right? And as I say, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. You know, everyone watching this video, I can imagine we're biting their hand off right now thinking, I wish I knew about crypto. I wish I bought here. But that's the element to it. We do not know what is going to happen in the next crash, but what we do know is history. Markets may never repeat, but they do rhyme. That's a very, very obvious quote from other investment books. But at the same time, if we do have an 80-90% crash again in a bear market that's over 2 years, and then next cycle gears up around 2023, 2024, guess what's going to happen? People who are bought now, 2 things. They may never come back until the highs are back, or they've got profit and they will reinvest low. Guess what they're going to do? Most people who are watching this video most likely going to reinvest low. So can you imagine it? Going back to these times and going, if I had $10,000 right now, what would I buy? How much would I have made? It's a scary thought. Might help you.